Hello everybody, welcome to another tutorial for Nomadic Soul Diaries. So this month our challenge is to create a set of ATC cards. So minimum you need to create a set, that's 2 cards, and then you can obviously create more. So these could be ATC cards or coins, and the criteria is for you to use some die cut element in your ATCs as well as glitter. So it's pretty simple, fun and easy. And I'll be creating a set of 2 ATC cards today. So I'm doing a typical rectangular ATC which is 3 inches by 4 inches. And what I have in mind is a very nature theme, and for some reasons I was too caught up with butterflies, so I have this image in my mind that I'm going to try and recreate, and let's see how far I can do that. So I have already prepped my cardstock pieces here with some clear gesso just to sort of prime them. And for my first step after that, what I'm going to be doing is just giving them a base coat of color. So I'm going to use Lindy's spray here, Tilter Wheel Teal, and just spray my bases for a slight tint of color there. So with that done, I'm quickly going to dry it out. So that gives me my first base color, and now on top of this I'm just going to use some transparent matte gel with a stencil, and then I'm going to use some embossing powders and heat set that for some beautiful background texture. So this stencil that I'm using is a Stencil Girl stencil, and it's L671. So Stencil Girl has some really fantastic and amazing stencils that are ideal for multiple purposes. And the palette that I'm working with today is like a blue, green, yellow combination. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little. First I'll just sprinkle green. So I'm using Lederhorst and Laurel, Lindy's embossing powder here. And this hyacinth blue-green at a few spots, some places overlapping. And a little bit of yellow, so yodeling yellow. So now that's a look at the beautiful texture achieved using the transparent gel and the embossing powder. And now I'm just going to add some more color, a few shades of green, just sort of spraying them around. So I'm using Freaky Franken Lime, Frosty Forest Green and Luscious Lime. Now for the next step, I'd like to use this chipboard here, and I'm just going to cut it into half and use it. But before that, I will be heat embossing this as well. So using the same embossing powders, but first I'll just cover this with white gesso and then heat emboss it. That's a look at the stunning texture on this piece of chipboard, and I'm just going to spray it with a little bit of this green here. Now for the next step, I want to die cut some butterflies, and for that what I'm doing is I'm using this piece of cardstock and first spraying it with colors. So my focal element here, my butterflies, I like them to be like a yellow golden with a little bit of pink and orange here and there. So I'm just going to add that color here onto my paper and then use the fantasy die here with the smallest size of the butterfly and die cut them. And now I'm also going to just add a little bit of that golden onto my background here, just slightly. Okay, so there was some error, and while I was just assembling this, my video failed to record. But I'm just going to tell you what I did. I did nothing much. I just added my chipboard element here with foam tape, and I layered all of these butterflies with foam tape. So I've just used different dimensions to give this depth and this feeling of the butterflies flying at different levels. So that's basically what I did after having die cut them. So that's a closer look at that, so you'll understand that. And I'm really sorry, I don't know what really happened there, and it stopped recording. So that's a look at the ATCs. Now I'm just gonna, for my glitter, I'm just going to use some glass drops and add a little bit of glitter onto the butterflies. I'm not adding too much because I've used Limby sprays with shimmer, so that also add glitter, as well as the embossing powder that I used was the dual tone, so that also adds that shine and glitter that I really wanted for this particular project. So I'm just going to highlight a few areas of the butterfly randomly and add a little bit of the glitter here and there. And to complete them, I'm just going to use a sticker and just sort of title them. So that's tell your story from the heart. So that's a look at the beautiful ATC cards with all the dimension and depth. I really hope that you've enjoyed this quick tutorial today, and we always look forward to your fantastic creations and participation in the challenge. All the details are in the description box below, and you can win some fantastic prizes. So do participate, and until our next time, take care and bye-bye.